Hi everyone, this is Kevin from Supernatural Selection. Are you an independent creator? Do you have a webcomic or an Etsy store? Do you 3D print things? Or are you just looking to get some word out for your Discordian cabal with social terrorism? Well, we'd love to help. And David, I believe you've got some details about how we can help.
Why, certainly. If you go to supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, that is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact, you can learn how to advertise with us.
That's right. I believe the rate is $2 per episode. You can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, we've tried.
Yeah, that's cheap. That's literally cheaper than dirt.
Mm-hmm. And best of all, if you're not sure how to write an ad, we'll do it for you. We'll even record it.
Absolutely. Just let us know what you need in the ad, and we'll be happy to do that for you.
And again, that URL is supernaturalselectionpod.com/contact.
And now, back to the show. Good. Good.
Everybody clear their throats? Everybody's done saying good?
Good.
What about great?
Great.
I have Cheerios, not cornflakes, so be healthy, be happy.
All right. Well, maybe that'll be Frosted Flakes anyway.
And is this, how many episodes is this that we've opened with, like, throat clearing?
Because we're getting ready and we're professionals.
Because it really frosts my flakes.
All right. Everybody hush.
Damn.
Be quiet. Sit down. Hello, and welcome to Distraction Hole. This is your host, Mike. This week, I'm joined by the awesome and very nice and sweet David Davis. How are you, David?
Man, the vibes are so fucked right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just not prepared
This is
for
a
this.
chill cast.
How are you, David, though?
I'm doing okay. I've got 4 of those essays left, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean?
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
Choo-choo, indeed.
The light at the end of the tunnel is the light inside us all.
Oh, good God.
Jesus Christ! What did you smoke?
And also tonight we are joined by the horrible, awful, stinky, smelly, rancid Kevin.
Holy shit.
Kevin,
Wow.
how are you tonight?
I feel like I just got roasted by NPR. What the fuck? It's
All
like
things considered, you fucking suck.
Either that or Delilah came out of retirement. Oh my God.
But
Wow.
you didn't answer the damn question, bitch. How are you tonight?
Holy shit. I was good until tonight, apparently. Fuck.
Shit.
My inner monologue, the one that tells me to kill myself, is not this harsh. Wow.
What, I'm just calm and soothing.
Buttery goodness.
I need to put in some like space music in the background throughout this entire episode.
Oh, Mike is John DiLiberto. You're listening to Echoes.
But yes, how are you? Not that we really care.
Jesus Christ.
Again, I was okay until we hit record. Fuck.
I was going for that dichotomy thing, being nice to Dave and being awful to you.
Well, it's like bad cop, bad cop. Fuck.
Well, no. I mean, I don't know David, so I'd feel very weird being that awful to him.
It's mentally ill cop. How's that?
I'm mean to you all the time, so.
Wow.
But
I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
You know what
I
fine
was
stands
fine.
for.
I am fine. I will continue to be fine.
Well, maybe we can change that. So tonight, we're going to be talking once again
Fucking shit.
I was drinking, you son of a bitch.
I feel like I'm on Car Talk now. It's just laughter.
We're going to be talking about the things that have distracted us from this beautiful hellscape that we call modern life.
Hey, speaking of click and clack, how are your knees these days, Kevin?
Pretty bad.
Whenever he kneels down, it sounds like Rice Krispie treats on the surface of the sun.
Yeah.
I have had so many students raise the alarm whenever when they hear my knees because they're just like, oh my God. Because I like to walk around the classroom and it's very audible sometimes.
It sounds like I bet it sounds like I imagine the King Kong maquette sounded. Like, you sound like a transformer changing forms.
I mean, yeah, or that or my tissue in my knee is just like bubble wrap.
What tissue in your knees?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just that packaging that just, like potato chip bags in the middle of the night. Just So anyway, we had some homework, and I believe we've mostly all done the homework, which was to watch some of Dan to Dan. Mm-hmm. Do we need to do anything else before we step into that?
No, I think we can just kind of like dive into it.
So we'll dive into that. If you don't know, Dan to Dan is a currently airing anime about aliens and the paranormal, which kind of dovetails into our other podcast. It's the ultimate nexus of all our shit we talk about.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of Supernatural Selection, the anime.
Yeah, I appreciate that about it.
With a gilf.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Yes.
so I think that's the first thing we have to talk about. Hot grandma.
Yeah. Okay, we need to talk about the whole genre of hot grandmas that Japan is pumping out right now.
Well, it's either hot grandmas or little bitty grandmas the size of a
raisin.
chihuahua.
Okay.
The little chihuahua grandmas.
Yeah. But in the last two Zelda games, where the Breath of the Wild and Spirit
Tears
of
of
the
the Kingdom.
Dawn, thank you. It's the little, teeny bopper acting grandma.
Well, I don't think she was supposed to be a grandma because all of the everyone in that village has white hair.
Yeah, well, she knew Link
All true.
before he was in the pod, so she's over 100.
Okay, you're right.
And and then they went from, hey, she was cute, let's make her hot.
Yes,
Right.
they definitely went. She was like a little danger lowly, and they made her into stacked granny.
Yeah, she was a cute goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't.
It's a trend. Well, then again, it's like watching fucking like One Piece. And it's like this character is 45 years old, and you're like, they look 20.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up about that. Yeah. No, just
Yeah, it's weird.
yeah.
Yes.
It's that economy of line in Japanese animation. It's like we don't want to spend too many lines doing wrinkles, so we're gonna.
Yeah, I'm not animating all them wrinkles. Actually, that is probably why they do it.
Well, there's that, and it's also, if we make this character hot, people will like this character.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, I'm having a wonderful time with it.
It is good.
So, one thing I've had a thought about is, I was very surprised with the amount of penis hunting that the ghosts were doing.
Your banana organ.
Well, I'm thinking the banana might not be the penis, though, because they were going after her banana as well.
I don't know.
So I think the banana...
I thought the alien was trying to, artificially inseminate her because they don't have...
That too, but they also said her banana organ, and so did the sumo flatwoods.
Which is weird, but they're also aliens, and they might not know.
It's very interesting. So we should probably describe what the setup of the show is before we get into the weeds here.
True, I guess.
Yeah.
So it
So it's a girl
I'm
and a
very
boy.
bad with names. What her name is?
Momo.
Momo, yes, and she calls him
Okaroon.
Okaroon. His real name is Ken.
Yeah,
Right.
he has the real name of her, crush, so she cannot stand him to use his real name.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're both. Well, she's a. I'm trying to remember how you say that.
Gyaru.
Yeah, Gyaru girl. Very fashionable, very known to be. Spirited. How's that? That's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah, she's definitely got like a fire burning in her.
And
Spunky.
he is super turbo nerd, like,
Oh yeah.
like anybody that, was a outcast in high school looks at him and goes, man, I want to give him a swirly too.
He's the kid who brings UFO magazines to school.
Yes.
I feel called out.
Kevin does feel called out.
No, exactly. I figured
Kevin had more friends in school, though.
I did.
He has 0 friends because, he's just that unlikable.
Now we're talking about the main character and not me, right?
Yeah, you had,
Okay.
like I said,
All
you
right.
had friends. I'm not
Okay.
dissing on you now.
Okay.
Trust me, you'll know when I start burning on you again.
All right.
But, and so they form an unlikely friendship because he believes in UFOs and she doesn't believe in UFOs, but believes in ghosts, and he doesn't believe in ghosts. So they challenge each other to go to known hotspots of the thing they don't believe in, and both of them fuck around and find out.
Yeah, no, I kind of saw where it was going, but I didn't expect what happens necessarily.
I think the thing that I appreciate about it most, and something I was talking to Holly about it when I was watching the anime. I was like, I wonder how pissed off Mike is going to be that he understands all of these references because of the other show.
Oh, yeah, no, it was, I mean, I wouldn't have, like, if I hadn't known Kevin, I'd be watching this going, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah. Okay. And I'm sitting here just, pointing in my head, screaming, look, Glove Shitto.
He's doing the
DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, the aliens are from Serpo. I mean,
The reptilians in the magazine.
oh, yeah. And they mentioned Skinwalker Ranch, which fucking, god damn it.
And I also
We'll have a
like
whole episode about that on the other show.
Oh yeah. Well, I also like that the aliens kind of had the error of looking like, or like sounding like the MIB.
And the other thing is they look like fucking Indrid Cold.
Yeah.
I was like, they did some fucking homework here.
Yeah. So this is a manga by one Yukinobu Tatsu, and it's been on Shonen Jump
It's
since in Shonen Jump since 2021.
Wow.
But that's the thing with a lot of these anime is like it a lot of anime come out like a good 5 years after like the light novel or
So there's enough to
I
do
think
an
they've
anime.
learned
of.
their lesson about adapting something too fast.
Yeah.
Because then they just run
Dragon
out of shit.
Ball.
Yeah.
right.
I also read a really interesting thing about the author in that when he was making it and submitting it, one of his editors told him, all right, this is pretty good, but I need you to go read girls' romance manga and rewrite this.
Yeah, well, and I mean,
Huh.
when you look at the show, like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they set up that this relationship is going to be like the end game, absolutely, and it's going to be fun to see how it plays out, especially as certain aspects of Okaroon's personality come out depending on like the transformation. And then the whole Ken Takakura thing. If you look up the actor, like you get a sense of like why she's into him, and it's like, okay, yeah, everything's clicking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I found that pretty interesting, and I think that's a good thing in general. Is if you're any kind of creative, is to look at genres that are usually not your wheelhouse. A good breadth of experience helps a writer.
Yeah, and it's one of those.
Or reading.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's one of those where I'm curious to see how because I think their relationship develops pretty well. Like I've seen the first 4 episodes. I'm not going to spoil anything with the 4th episode, but I've seen some definite progress of like how their relationship is growing, and I'm hoping that it's going to be something more akin to like actually developing their relationship as opposed to something like I don't know, like Spy Family, where it's like, okay, like we know where it's going, but we never get there.
Yeah, I definitely am like, with Spy Family, every time I'm like, oh man, it's going to be wild once, like all the cards are on the table. But yeah, and I don't know, it's a combo, because I watch a lot of like I've watched lately a lot of the kind of romancy anime, so it's kind of this combination of shonen and seinen anime together, which I'm down for.
Now, before we really get going on some more stuff, I really just want to throw one thing out there because I know I have a reputation. I do like this.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time I've watched an anime in a long while, and I like it. So
yeah, I mean, look, I haven't watched it before. Like, the first time I watched, Kevin and I just watched it tonight together for the first time. And just hearing the description of it, I'm going, this sounds like, aliens and, ghosts mixed with like a lot of fooly cooly.
Yeah.
Kevin's gonna eat this shit with a spoon.
well, I was either going to love it or hate it.
Yeah.
Well,
There was no in between.
it's funny you mentioned Fully Cooley because I ended up watching the dub because they're doing the dub right now, which is great. And it's a good dub, but specifically Carrie Walgren does the voice of Seiko, the grandmother. Yeah, so Haruko.
Like, you know who that is, right?
No.
She played Korra in Legend of Korra.
Oh, yeah.
But she was also Haruko in the Fully Cooley.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like I just again like you're right about the Fully Cooley vibes because yeah, it's definitely like even I don't know if it was Science Saru that did Fully Cooley, but they got that kind of same vibe with their animation.
Oh, it's especially during the fight scene in the first episode, it's very Fully Cooley feeling.
Yeah, now I'm
actually
curious.
both the fight scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm gonna look and see what animated series that they've done.
Okay.
But yeah, no, just no, because apparently their earliest work seems to be like 2014. That's wild.
Yeah, no, Science Saru's a spin-off, and I think they. I read a article or I read Wikipedia recently about animation studios, and I know Studio Trigger is a splinter from Gainax.
Yeah.
I think Science Saru is a splinter of Trigger, maybe, if I'm remembering right.
Because the last Science Saru production I saw was the Scott Pilgrim anime that came out on Netflix, which was like wonderfully animated, fantastic work. So like I really like Science Saru. I've been a big fan of what I've seen from Wit Studio so far. So like there's some really top tier talent out there right now. It's exciting to see. And yeah, this just seems like it's someone's passion project because of like how all out they go with a lot of this.
Yeah, it's really well done. Again, if you know anything about the paranormal, you're gonna enjoy this. I do feel like, I wish the Flatwoods thing had looked more like the Flatwoods monster.
Yeah, well, they're gonna put their spin on it and everything.
Like the Flatwoods Monster Japan, because there is a Flatwoods Monster following in Japan.
Oh yes, he's
it's
turned up in video games and stuff.
Yeah, it's been Japanified.
Yeah, I mean, it was all sumoed.
But that fusion of the Flatwoods monster and sumo was a lot of fun, and it was great how they kind of used the rules of sumo in the process of like dealing with it. So like especially like with all the alien designs, there's definitely a kind of trend with the alien designs.
Also, that's like the UFO was like the famous 3-ball UFO.
Yeah. Oh, and then of course, we're also talking about all the fucking yokai in here too, which.
Yeah.
That's a really cool thing too.
Yeah, and so I look at it as both, one, if you're going to take something and put it in your comic or something, you're obviously going to put your own spin on it. You're not going to, leave it as is. And two,
it's just me. It's a personal nitpick, but that's just personal.
Not all aliens look the same. Maybe this is just the Flatwood sumo wood alien.
And it could turn out to be like the Jacques Vallée theory that you see a version of it that's to you, So, sure, of course, in Japan, it's going to look like that.
And I think if they would have just done like a regular Flatwoods monster, like that would have been fun, but I don't think it would have been as exciting as the whole sumo thing.
You're totally right. It definitely works, so...
And then also, we haven't really talked about Seiko beyond the fact that she's hot, but like her introduction with the TV broadcast was really funny.
Yeah, she's on a daytime TV show and doing a reading of a celebrity and seems to get everything wrong, but turns out no, he's leading a hidden life, and
she got every single thing right.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a trope to set her up as doubt about her in your minds. As an audience, you don't want to play your cards, or as a creator, you don't want to play all your cards to the audience right away. Yeah. You want to lay that seeds of doubt. Is like, okay, so is she just a crazy grandma that might be slightly right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, she's
Now, I've not read ahead or anything, but I'm trying to think of why she appears so young. And when she's not wearing, like, her public outfit, she tends to wear this very, like, it's almost like it's a belly band, but it's almost like working like a corset. And I'm just wondering if, like, it might be a glamour or something. I don't know. I've not...
She's also wearing like an eye mask. I don't know. Maybe they're implying she looks so young because she just like does all these, things to take care of herself or something. Yeah. But she does smoke like a freaking freight train.
Yeah,
like she smokes enough to give Kevin, mommy feelings.
Yeah, well, and not in a good way for sure. It's definitely like a. Ugh.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I can't wait for you guys to get to that 4th episode because there's some stuff in there that just fucking killed me when I saw it.
Okay.
We'll probably get to that tomorrow.
Yep, we'll watch that tomorrow sometime because, again, I'm off tomorrow.
But I'm looking forward. It's always nice to have another thing to watch like week to week, and I think it's one of those where I think just doing it weekly kind of works in its favor.
Yeah. It gives you something to look forward to. I'm not much of a binger sometimes.
I don't know. I like so I don't mind like waiting. What I don't like is like 20 minutes of content that I have to wait a week for. Like I like I recently watched the 3rd season of Vox Machina, and I like their model where they like drop 3 episodes a week. So it's not like everything at once, but it's still, an hour plus of stuff you can watch.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. Like when you take out the opening and ending, because once you've seen them once, you're going to skip the opening and endings, and take out commercials. You really only got about 20 minutes of show there.
I don't remember the last time I skipped an opening or closing for an anime. Like they tend to be pretty good. Like
but
we were also kind of when time crunch.
When I'm watching a lot in a row, like obviously, I'm not going to watch it every time it comes up, but I'll watch it the first time. Like I like opening and endings, but I'm not going to sit there and if I've watched it within the last week or so, I'm not going to watch it again. I'm just going to skip it because.
No, I get you.
But they do kind of bite me sometimes. I don't always remember to look for after ending scenes because they put those in a lot of shows nowadays.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that this is like a Supernatural Selection approved television program.
Yes.
Right? So I feel like we do need to put together like a list of like, here's the media we love. That fits in thematically.
But this for sure is like the best new Supernat related thing that's come out in a while. So definitely check it out.
But I was gonna say there was one show, I can't remember what it was, that like almost half the episode happened after the end credits. Because I'm like sitting there watching it, and then the end credits roll. I'm going like, wow, that just seemed like really fast. And I look at the timeline, it's like, still has 15 minutes left. I'm like going, well, fuck you. That's kind of dirty, hiding it behind the credits.
Usually in the sequence, like usually in like an anime season, usually the middle episode of the season tends to have those kind of like transition points, because that's when you have they swap to, probably in the next episode, they swap to a new opening and a new closing song. Because Nagatoro did that. There was a scene where it was the two of them walking. And
I haven't watched anime in so long. I didn't know this was a thing until Mike told me tonight.
Yeah, no, they definitely, and also they'll like in the last episode of a season or an episode period, you'll usually not get a opening either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those where it's like you can recognize what point of the season you are based on certain things like that.
Yeah. So, anything else we want to talk about Dan, Boban, Banana Fan?
How do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it?
Dan to Dan?
Dan to Dan is how I say it.
Yeah, that's how I've been pronouncing it. I just want to make sure, because, I don't want to get roasted. I don't want Kevin to get roasted. Nope. I don't want Mike to get roasted.
No, it's Dan to Dan.
Dan to Dan.
Dan to Dan.
I'm just going to say I love both of the characters.
Yes. They play really well against each other. Yeah. That bit with the bathroom.
Oh, God. Wow. Okay, that went from funny to pretty terrifying, actually.
Yeah.
With the whole, I'm trying to figure out how to kill your grandmother.
Yeah. No, that was...
and Turbo Granny is a fun...
What's just a great name?
Yeah.
I'm your Turbo Granny.
Turbo Granny does sound like a B-side of a single from Metallica during the 90s. Like, Master of Puppets, B-side, Turbo Granny.
Yeah. Absolutely, though, everybody should watch this. And we need to use our, blog element of our platform more to, pitch this stuff to people, because this fits.
Yeah, I need to just get logged in and do some writing.
Yeah, aren't we doing a Tumblr? Isn't that the one that we have?
That's the one we're doing because it's more accessible.
Yeah. So one of us will have to write something.
Yeah, we apologize in advance for Tumblr.
Yeah.
Tumblr.
I just met her.
Oh, God damn it.
So,
Cha-cha.
If these characters appeal to you, one of the ones I've seen recently that the characters feel similar. It obviously doesn't have all the supernaturally stuff, but My Dress Up Darling had kind of the same Gayaro, nerd dynamic going, but it was all about cosplay and stuff.
Right.
It's one of those that's on my list.
That kind of what'd you call it? Odd couple kind of thing. Going.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So, now that we've danned the Dan,
I'd Dan the hell out of it.
So I guess we'll continue with David. You got anything other than that you want to talk about?
Not too much. It's one of those weeks where it's I'm tired. So I've got
nose to the grindstone.
I know that I established that at the top of the episode, but now that I've established it again as a recurring element, it's a through line.
Yes.
But no, I published essay number 27 today.
You know what? I'm proud of you for that. By the way, you're really sticking with it.
I'm gonna be able to hit all 31, and I'm gonna do a zine out of it. I've decided. It's something gonna be fun. And the thing is, I'm not gonna go back and really correct them. If I have any links, I'll include them as citations, but otherwise, I'm just going to kind of, publish them as is, maybe clean up a little grammar here and there, and then do illustrations, which that's going to be most time-consuming part, I think, is just doing the illustrations, because I'll have to do like 31 of them at the very least. But I'm excited, but I've been enjoying it. Like, obviously, I'm a little fatigued from just like, because here's the thing: when I watch a movie, I get on the computer immediately to write about it, and I don't have anything planned out, right? So,
Right.
it might be that, like, as I'm watching the movie, there's something that interests me enough to where it's like, okay, I feel like I could say something about this, but a lot of it is just me discovering as I sit down to write. So, I figure what I do is I kind of read over some of the stuff that I've not like read the essays, but mention the movies that I've seen so far, and then I'll see if you guys have seen them, or if you want me to like kind of dive in to them a little bit with impressions.
Mm-hmm.
But so on day one was the WNUF Halloween special, which have either of you seen that?
I have no idea what that is.
What is that?
It is a found footage movie that is based on this idea that there was this broadcast of a Halloween special at a local news station that goes terribly, terribly wrong.
Oh, wait, yes, I've heard of this.
Yeah,
okay.
It comes complete with commercials and everything like that, and it's the broadcast of a investigation into a murder house with some fraudulent psychics, and there's supposed to be a seance, and
and didn't they get like real news reporters to play the news reporters?
No, not in this case, no. But
okay, I'm thinking of something else.
No, because that would be Ghostwatch. That would be Ghostwatch. What you're thinking?
Okay.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing: WNUF Halloween Special. I couldn't think of a better movie to open with, because ever since I first saw that movie, I always watch it in October, like immediately, because that's just become kind of like a Halloween tradition for me. Because I love found footage, like movies. Just something about them works for me, so I figured I'd start there. So movie 2 was House of 1,000 Corpses by Rob Zombie.
I can't help but notice you pronounced it differently from every other human on the planet that I've ever met.
Yeah.
House of 1,000 Corpses?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm also reading it phonetically from my phone.
Okay.
But usually House of 1,000 Corpses, but I don't know. It just sounds...
It's cool. It's all cool.
I like House of 1,000 Corpses.
We're being very specific.
Yes. Then, because it was a Rob Zombie thing, and then I'm like, okay, for day 3, I'd watch another Rob Zombie film, which was The Devil's Rejects.
I've not watched any of his movies.
So, I will tell you that, like, Corpses is legitimately a very fun movie. I enjoy it. I think I attribute it to something being like a murder ride, like a little carnival ride. There's diminishing returns in the Devil's Rejects. Like, I think it's a little bit more of a polished film, but it also just isn't as good. It's missing a lot of what made that first movie good, or not even good. Made that first movie fun. And then I thought I was going to watch the other Rob Zombie movie after that, but for movie number 4, I ended up watching that documentary, The Unbinding, which we had talked about.
Yes, love that one.
Yeah, it's a good documentary.
Again, it's the Newkirks. If you're not into the Newkirks, you're not going to like it, but if you're into the Newkirks, get ready for some woo. It's great.
Yeah,
I'm more into the new Picards.
Nice.
Aha.
It's good because my major issue with Hellier was that I think it was too long.
Agreed.
But I like The Unbinding because it's everything that Hellier did great and keeps it in a like manageable runtime.
Yes.
And so I watched that one. Then I moved into Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell, which is his most recent one and one of the last movies of oh god, man, I can't believe I forgot his fucking name. Sid Haig.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I miss that guy.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and he's the reason why those first 2 movies were so fucking good, right?
Yeah.
Like, Captain Spaulding's fantastic, and then like he's missing in 3 from Hell because he had died, right?
Yes.
So, but you know
he was in Beyond Atlantis, and he invented the phrase "mother crabber."
Yes,
so
which I love.
That's fucking great.
So after 3 from Hell, I was kind of like, I think I'm done with Rob Zombie. Because they had a whole bunch of his movies on Shudder. They had like a Rob Zombie thing, and they had like his 2 Halloween films, and they had his other movies, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I think I'm good. But then after that, I moved into Night of the Living Dead, the 1990 Tom Savini version, with which fantastic film with Tony Todd playing Ben. But it's also interesting because that's when I started like kind of shifting the way that I was writing about these, because I started falling into this this kind of thing where it wasn't so much about impressions of the movie, but it was more about the like some sort of topic that the movie sparks that I want to address.
Right, a little more stream of conscious.
Yeah, so with Night of the Living Dead, I did a Marxist analysis of it, which of literary theories, that's one of my favorites. It's on my top 3. I love it.
It was a good one. I read that one for sure.
Because I love new historicism, I love colonial theory, and then I love Marxist theory. That's just how I approach a lot of stuff. Followed that up with The Return of the Living Dead, which we all know. I assume you two have seen The Return of the Living Dead, right?
Which one was it? Is that
if I mention girl dancing naked on top of a tombstone?
It's been a long time.
Yeah,
so
it's been.
It's been every time. I don't remember any of it.
Okay,
if I've seen it.
So with the original Night of the Living Dead, you have John Russo and you have George Romero, and they each kind of go a different direction with their zombies. George Romero has the Of the Dead films, very kind of like socially conscious driven. There's always a heavy metaphor to them. Meanwhile, Russo has the Living Dead series, which is where you start getting the zombies asking for brains. And the zombies being smarter and immortal and that sort of thing.
Is this the one where eventually, like, one of them figured out how to use a shotgun in one of the last ones?
Yes.
Okay.
So in this movie, at one point, a zombie actually gets up on the car radio in the police car and says, "Send more cops," so they can eat them. But yeah, so there's a lot to talk about in that movie, but I focus specifically on like the scene that, like, any time I mention this movie to someone, one of the first things I remember is Linnea Quigley dancing naked on top of the tomb. It's just one of those iconic, she's dancing to like 45 Grave or something like that, and she's completely nude, right? But it's one of those things that, like, everybody who saw the movie remembers it, and I was thinking about just like nudity in horror and how you don't see it very often anymore. So yeah, that's the train of thought I went down, and I'm glad I went there because it was
you explaining that scene explains a lot about you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was either that or I talk about the Tar Man, who is the zombie that is like basically a goop zombie. Because another theme that I found writing all of these is I like goopy horror. Like,
I'm thinking of RoboCop right off the bat.
Yeah, no, just like if it's not just blood, right? It's like stuff sluicing off of people. That's the kind of gore that I like. So then speaking of which, then I turned to Phil Tippett's Mad God, that stop motion animated horror film.
I have not seen it.
I think you would love the artistry of it, but it's hard to pull any sort of. It's hard to pull any sort of story or meaning from it, aside from meaning that you ascribe to it. But no, I think it's one that you should try.
Right.
Yeah. Then I did Candyman, 1992 Candyman.
Yeah, me and Mike saw that in the theater. You remember that, Mike?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a long time, but
I fucking love that movie so much.
No, it's really good, but I just remember the only part that really got me was the fucking dog jump scare.
And then with Candyman, I was mostly talking about like. So another thing that's emerged when I've been writing these is like finding like a single scene and kind of writing about that scene and drawing like meaning or showing that it's part of a larger idea. And I did that specifically in the Candyman essay because I was looking at the a scene literally where a car is driving into a neighborhood on the wrong side of the tracks, and like the usage of the score and everything like that's the kind of stuff that I'm doing here.
Okay.
I followed that up with Terrifier, and that has become a running joke amongst my essays, because like I was so disappointed with Terrifier. People were telling me, "Oh, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it," and I just no.
We need to get Film Gauge back on here to talk about Terrifier sometime, because he had thoughts as well.
I would be happy to talk to Gage about that. Yeah.
Right. I know he had some serious thoughts on the third one.
Yeah. So then I followed that up with Zombieverse.
Wait, what?
Zombieverse. What do you think it's about?
The maple syrup industry in Canada.
It's either zombie beavers or zombie women.
So it is Zombie Beavers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a horror comedy, but it has Bill Burr, or as he's known to me, Billy Fucknuts.
Bill Burr's in it?
Yes, Bill Burr is in it. It like just very brief kind of cameo at the beginning and the end. A lot of fun. I thought it was worth your time. If you get a chance to watch it, I would.
I just love the idea of Billy Fucknuts being the framing device.
Yes. It's very... I would be curious to see your reaction to the film, because I think you would get what they're going for with it.
Okay.
So the next movie that I covered was I Saw the TV Glow, and this was another kind of shift for how I was approaching these essays, because...
Is that the one with the kid?
Oh, I mean, he's a kid at one point in the movie, yes.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else then.
Yeah, but it's playing with, like, nostalgia and everything like that, and the whole show that they're focused on in the movie is kind of this, like, 1990s Nickelodeon style, kind of like Secret World of Alex Mack or Pete and Pete. And it's kind of this...
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the whole movie takes... not the whole movie, but a good portion of the movie takes place in the 90s at the same time I was growing up with this stuff. And just kind of looking at, like, how the past is... One of the things they use is, like, the past as a form of, like, haunting and everything like that. I mean, that's what nostalgia is. Nostalgia is when you were haunted by the past.
Dangerous nostalgia, yes.
Yes, but it is one of those things where it's like, I from then on, I just really started hammering in on these kind of like not necessarily criticisms of the films, but just like looking at them analytically. So then I had Lord of Illusions.
Oh, wow.
Which, that was fun. It's, a bunch of magicians trying to kill each other. But specifically focusing on, like, how the missed opportunity of getting that Clive Barker character, Harry Dahmer, into, like, the mainstream. Because I think you could have had a whole franchise around that character, but Lord of Illusions just did not land.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I always remember, Mike, I don't know if you ever went to Monkey's old house when he lived on Archer.
No. I went over to one of his houses in that area.
Okay. You may have. In his room, he had 2 movie posters for movies he had never seen. One was The Dark Half, and the other one was Lord of Illusion.
Okay.
Like, it is a pretty sick-looking poster.
It is. It's fucking badass. And that kind of sums up a lot of his tastes back then, was it's badass, so I own it. He bought, like, a bunch of Lovecraft books because Michael Wayland had done the covers.
Yeah. No,
and they never read them.
I get it, man. I get it.
Edgelord teen boy.
Yeah. I'll just run through the rest of these just pretty quickly. If you hear something you're interested in, let me know. So next was Fright Night, the original 1985 Tom Holland director, not to be confused with Spider Twink.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the hell?
Now we're talking...
Is he 5 years old?
Yeah, no, this is Tom Holland, director of Child's Play.
Yeah.
Yes, and when this is like The original Fright Night with Roddy McDowell, right?
Yes, and then also, oh gosh, what's his name? The guy who played the detective in Chris Sarandon. Chris Sarandon, that's right.
Oh, right.
Prince Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
Yes. So yeah, Fright Night, amazing. Then I did Call of Cthulhu, the silent film that we had talked about that time. And I think I know that you definitely read that one. Because it was about the serialization issue.
Yes.
Then I wrote about A Nightmare on Elm Street. And
the original?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a freaky ass movie.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I love it. I mostly focused on like the cruelty of Freddy and what sets him apart from other slashers. But here's a fun little project that I launched as I did this. I started putting together an outline for a longer paper that I will be shopping around to different journals, doing an analysis of Nancy Thompson and Heather Langenkamp in the context of the franchise. Because Heather Langenkamp plays Nancy Thompson, right?
Yes.
Who is a factor in the first film and the third film. And she has a complete narrative arc. However,
she does.
With Heather Langenkamp, she is the star as herself in Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which is a continuation.
The Freddy Tulpa.
The Freddy Tulpa, which is a continuation. So she's one of those protagonists who has had like multiple storylines, both as herself and as someone else, and it's really interesting. And like don't get me wrong, I love Freddy Krueger, right? But Freddy is at his best when he tangles with Nancy.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's something that I've started outlining and started working on, and I'm hoping to like shop that around because I think it's a fun little project for me.
Yeah.
I followed that up with a Marxist analysis of Alien, 1979. I mean it's all there. Like it's one of the first major lines from any of the characters, like, so let's talk about the bonus situation.
Yeah. No, it is very. Oh boy, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, no, the world of Alien is a capitalistic hellscape.
Yeah, nobody ever watches Alien and thinks, man, I'd love to live in that universe.
Yeah, no, nobody's like, yeah, the company has some pretty fun ideas. Like, the alien isn't so much the enemy in the film, it's just a consequence of the company fucking around with people.
Yeah, the company's a bad guy. The alien is just the result.
Yeah, it's like an industrial accident. I literally draw that parallel because in one of the recent comics, they did a Alien Romulus like prequel comic, and at one point they talk about like, well, we can just use these xenomorphs as a way to wipe clean a colony to put in new workers.
Yeah, but then you have to wipe out the aliens, and that's not.
Well, then the gorillas simply freeze in winter. If anyone gets that Simpsons reference.
Okay.
We don't remember that episode with Bart Hatch and the lizards?
No, I don't remember that.
It was something where it's like, they're going to use snakes to drive out one thing, and it's like, okay, well then we'll bring in these dogs. Well then how do we get rid of the dogs? Well then we bring in the gorillas. Okay. Well then what do we do about the gorillas? Oh, they freeze to death in winter.
God damn it.
Right? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, well that's got to be Homer logic.
That was actually Principal Skinner.
Okay, wow.
Yeah,
from The Educator.
It was a fun episode. Followed that up with Terrifier 2.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Diminishing Returns for sure. Followed that with VHS Beyond, so that let me look at like that anthology series, which it's one of my favorite horror anthologies, VHS. This latest one is sci-fi themed, which is fun. Then I wrote about Friday the 13th, the original 1980. Pamela Voorhees, right?
Yeah.
And I looked at that as like, if we never had Jason Voorhees as a thing, how might the film have been interpreted in the long run? And I think it would have like lined up pretty well with like psycho biddy cinema, like also known as like the fearful hag genre, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Again, we're talking about the first one, right?
Yes.
That is a good movie. Like that is like, I'm not even talking about horror. That is a good movie.
I like it, but it's not my favorite. And as far as like slashers go, it's to use the parlance of the youth, it's kind of mid. Like, and I hate using that term, but like, yeah, like it's not a very great slasher.
I disagree, but okay.
I mean, no, that's fair.
It's one of the things where I was explaining to Gage, I was like, the thing you gotta remember about this movie is this is where a lot of the tropes come from.
Right. Well,
this is the well where they went with their bucket and got the tropes.
Well, I would love to talk about that movie more, but
okay. Yeah, we'll move on.
I followed that up with It Follows, which, right? And it was one of those where it's like, it was one of those that was on my list and I never got around to seeing it, and I finally saw it for the first time and I fell in love with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mostly looked at it in the terms of like, what is 2010's horror? And there's a whole thing about that. I'm not going to waste our time with that right now. For the movie after that, I went with one of my all-time favorites, probably one of my top 5 favorite horror films, which is The House of the Devil by Ty West.
Okay.
Looking at like the predatory gaze of the camera and everything like that. Followed that up with 1958's The Blob.
Oh, wow.
And how we are primed for a new Blob remake.
I completely agree.
Yeah, there's too many things thematically about it that would work.
It's real easy. It's frozen in a glacier. It warms up. The blob comes out.
Yeah, like the end of the end of the 1958 film, they drop it in the Arctic, and then like Steve McQueen's character is like, provided the Arctic stays cold, we won't have to worry about it again. And I'm just like, oof.
There's your sequel.
Yeah. Then I followed that with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Followed that up with Halloween 3: Season of the Witch.
You have a real love for that film.
Like, it's not great, but I love it.
Yeah, no, and I understand why.
It's bonkers. It really is.
I'm glad you brought this up because I really need to explain that when I was a kid, that movie came on HBO. Like, when it premiered on HBO, my parents wanted to watch it. I was, quote, too young. So I was sent to my parents' bedroom to sit and not watch the movie.
So, like, what did you do? Did you have, like, a book or something, or?
I had a toy box in there, so.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, it was right next to the living room. And the walls were super thin because it was a shitty shotgun shack in Vicksburg. It was a 4-room shack. And I'd just sit there and I'd hear, "Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween." And and with the voice. Dude, when I went and you mentioned the movie and I watched the fucking commercial for Silver Shamrock, I got viscerally frightened because it brought back all those memories of hearing the movie without seeing the movie.
It's an insane fucking movie, man. Like druidic robots, pieces of Stonehenge.
No, it is incredibly stupid, but it's just one of those things where it's like I didn't remember how terrified I was as a child of that movie until I heard that song again. Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing, you can't start that song without me finishing it. So it's one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Halloween 3, I have an appreciation of it. Followed that up with the 2024 Salem's Lot.
Okay, how was that?
Okay, so here's the thing. Have you ever been perfectly whelmed by something?
I have been whelmed several times.
It's pretty much that. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I found out that it was originally a 3-hour film that got cut down to 113 minutes.
It was also supposed to be released in theaters, I heard, and they sat on it for 4 fucking years.
Yep. And then the other thing is, like, every time I see that fucking poster for it with HBO Max or Max emblazoned on it, it just pisses me off because that's why the movie wasn't as good as it should have been.
Yep.
But that being said, like, I have a deep appreciation for Salem's Lot. I've read the book several times. I love the Tobe Hooper 79 adaptation. Like,
I understand this is more of a love letter to the Tobe Hooper version than it is the book.
Yeah, absolutely. That being said, I guess there were some scenes in the 3-hour cut that would have helped it like align more with the book. Because like, how familiar are you with like the Stephen King interconnected universe?
I am aware of it to a pretty good bit. I know about the turtle. I know about the breakers. I know about the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
And that sort of stuff.
So like Father Callahan from Salem's Lot's one of my favorite Stephen King characters.
Now, what wasn't he? The big bad?
No. But,
no. Okay.
No, but like the thing is like in the Toby Hooper version, Father Callahan dies. In 2024, or hey, 2020, back when this was probably supposed to release, right? We're in a world where we kind of expect those kind of like seeds for crossovers and everything like that. To kill this character again and not give him his sufficient depth, like it really soured me on the movie. For as much of the stuff that I liked in it, just again kind of going to that well where it's like, I mean, keep the fucker alive. Come on. I don't know. So there was that, and then today it was The Evil Dead. The original 1981 Evil Dead. And that's where I'm at so far.
Okay.
It's been a pretty wild list, gotta say.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Who knows what the last 4 movies will be? I don't. I pick them the day I watch them.
There you go.
Yep. So yeah, that's all I got.
I see. So,
riveting.
Yes. So I guess, do we want to break here?
I think that would be a good idea.
Okay, we'll break here, and then we will be right back after these messages from our non-existent sponsors. Hey man, what's got you off in your phone there?
Oh, just going through all the funny Mothman memes and supernatural shit posts I've been wanting to share. I just don't know where to put the posts yet.
Don't you know about the Supernatural Selection Discord?
We have a Discord?
Yeah, for years, dude. Where have you been?
Can people chat with the hosts and get previews of upcoming episodes and generally post funny shit as much as they want with other listeners?
I mean, if that's your bag. I mean, personally, I wouldn't do that, but there are even live streaming events for the shows there, too. You've been in a few. How do you not know this stuff?
It must have been my doppelganger. How do I get into the Discord?
It's easy. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com. Now say that 3 times fast.
Well, that's perfect. Now I can share 3 terabytes of Hollow Earth memes. Get it? Terabytes.
Never mind. Forget I said anything. Just don't do that. You should definitely not visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com to join the Discord. We don't want you there.
Too late. I'm already posting my alien abduction fan fiction with the general chat.
Join the hosts and listeners of Supernatural Selection on the official Discord. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com. So we have returned to Mike's Chillcast.
Damn it.
In the sense of oneness and magnanimity, I'm going to allow Kevin to go next because I am selfless and decide to go last.
Wow, thanks, Mike.
Also, I'm lazy, therefore I'm postponing me going.
Okay. Wow. So, first off, I am now a member in good standing of the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society.
How in good standing could you be?
I cannot tell you a damn thing about it if I want to remain in good standing.
They don't really know you if you're in good standing.
Damn, Mike.
No, I mean, like, you know, well, that wasn't a dig.
Sure as hell sounded like a dig.
Now, does the membership give you a pass to say the name of his cat?
No. Nothing gives you a pass. You cannot say Lovecraft's cat's name.
Yeah, well, if you had enough melanin in your skin, you could.
I still don't think you should.
I think it's too racist that even like a brother can't say it.
I'd have to ask someone, and I don't want to ask that person.
What is your policy on saying the name of Lovecraft, cat, sir?
Oh God. So, yeah, I can't really talk about it. I joined. I'm glad I joined. It's all cool and stuff.
You're glad you're paying money to something you can't talk about.
I can talk about it with them. I am paying.
Oh, so there's some secret shit going on. Oh,
yeah. It's a secret organization. Not secret to know about it, but I cannot talk about the goings and comings of the
There's
HPLHS.
plenty of comings going on, if you know what I mean.
Hey, I don't know. I haven't been a member that long.
He hasn't been one of the meetups.
Yep, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
No, but like what did your thing come with?
Oh,
like your welcome.
Okay, so it came with like this. Here's the thing: all the material they sent, while it is like either paper or cardboard, it's like really high quality shit. Like the membership certificate is like on really high quality embossed paper.
Well, I mean, that's how you know where the views are going.
I mean, like, you know, it has an embossed skull with tentacles coming out of the jaw. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
And like my membership number is like stamped in with like, you know, how it's like punch holes making the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a membership card that folds out, and as I gain traction, and I don't know, as I gain achievements, I will receive stamps to put in my little passport.
For every eldritch horror you encounter.
Something like that. But no, it's really high quality stuff. I'm impressed. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't regret joining. Yet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like that's good. Like immediately getting the stuff, and you're like, you know what? I don't regret this.
I'm happy I got it. So,
So like, is there like a monthly newsletter?
Yes.
Are there like actual meetups you can go to?
They also have a store in Los Angeles, I believe. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So you're over there. You can go in.
I would like to join.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well, like I said, it's like $20 for the first year, and then like $5 every year afterwards. So it's not a lot. Or you can just pay them $100 for a lifetime membership, and your little passport thing comes in like a leatherette like thing, like an ID.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like the psychic paper on Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the leather thing it's in. It's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rad. So like they have like a store, like what do they sell there? Like I would imagine like prints of the books,
well, they sell t-shirts, mugs, you know, stuff with original art. They sell their films as well. Beyond that, I'm not positive, but like they do sell the films there, including one shot on VHS in the 80s. So yeah, that's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
So yeah, it's cool. And what the hell else have I been up to? Real quick, we're creating a cryptid at work.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Mike, you've been there for some of this.
It's like some tulpa shit.
Well, not on purpose. But we are kind of pouring stuff into it. We are creating gradually a backstory.
Creating a mythos.
Yes, we're creating a mythos that may spawn a tulpa. So be careful. If you see water coming out from under your refrigerator, that is not water. It's pee. And it comes from Malipa.
Jesus
Malipa will get you.
What does Malipa look like?
She kind of looks like one of those Japanese horror characters, you know, like the one that comes out of the well, but with like a big manic toothy grin, and she's got like a bottle of red wine.
So she kind of looks like you maybe want to fuck her.
I wouldn't go that far. Well, unless you're into like the weird shit from that last Resident Evil game with the big tall vampire woman.
She's just a
So,
perpetually
you mean
wet
the-
Yeah.
mom.
You mean the one that I see so much, fan art for?
Yeah, well,
Everybody's thirsty for?
less her and more of the weird witches that hung around her.
Yeah, the ones I see plenty of, like,
The ones that there's
so much. Their people are so horny
enough.
for all those sisters.
Okay, that's fair. All right, but nonetheless, she's a perpetually wet. That didn't sound right. She's
wine mom. Yeah. You're not scaring us away
Well,
from her now.
we make threatening comments about people getting eaten up by Malipa.
Oh,
So,
Malipa can eat me.
Okay.
damn, dude, you don't want that.
So what's the
Well,
lore
so
here?
far we're still working on that, but like every now and again something will pop in our head, and it's like you don't look out, you don't drink your wine, Malipa will come up and claim it.
So why is she perpetually moist?
Peas under your refrigerator. That's where the water comes from. You think it's the drip pan.
Does she crawl
Yes.
out from like the bottom of the refrigerator, or is the refrigerator door open?
No,
and
no, she
comes-
crawls out from underneath, like like somebody crawling out of non-Euclidean geometry.
Does she do that weird, like, crab
Ooh,
crawl
okay.
on
Yes.
her hands and feet?
Yes. But one
Ooh, that's rad. I
hand
like
has a bottle of red wine, but not good red wine. It's apothic.
But she's like mom wine drunk.
We don't know. Yeah, I need to talk to Juan about that. I don't know if she is mom wine drunk.
So she's kind of horny all the time.
I don't know.
I mean, if she's crawling out from under a refrigerator, she's probably wine.
Probably. I just know that it's just something dumb we came up with, and now we're like making it a thing.
No, you can put it on a
You
T-shirt and
go
sell it
for
there.
a midnight snack, and Malipa grabs your ankle and goes, "Hey."
You gotta finish that?
Yeah, you could be the only liquor store in the state that has a resident cryptid. You should like ride
Man,
this.
I gotta talk to
Ride
the
it.
boss about this on Tuesday, Mike. I gotta see what he thinks about the fact that we're conjuring a tulpa that could help advertise for the store.
But so here's the thing: if she's gonna be like a wine mom cryptid, she can't be dressed like Sadako
No.
or anything like that. She has to be in like yoga
Yeah.
leggings.
Actually, no.
Like
What we do
Lululemons.
is that's not even as common as it used to be at our store. It's gonna be tennis skirts.
Okay, with like a big baggy shirt.
Actually, like a tank top and like a tennis skirt, and then like a visor that
Okay.
advertises
No,
I don't know.
and the visor can like cover her eyes, and you just do like a creepy smile.
Yeah,
Right underneath it, dude. Yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
great. This is fucking awesome.
yeah,
man.
and
Go
like
for it.
everything she's wearing is branded by Vineyard Vines with that whale on it.
Yeah, there you go.
This
great.
this is the kind of
Love
shit
it.
we do at work sometimes when it's slow and it's like Malipa's gonna come and get your ass. And Juan being half Mexican, he's a polyglot, so like I don't remember where the term Malipa came from. I just know that when I Googled it, it's actually a family name.
Well, and here's the thing: you get like someone dressed up as her, wander around the store, make a couple viral videos.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, what we do is
Yeah.
I got this app on my phone that makes everything look like it was shot on a camcorder. And we record it with that.
Yeah, it's a shaky cam video of her wandering the aisle. Then like it's like she turns, looks at you, and she holds up a wine bottle. Are these 2 for $1? There's your commercial.
God, that's terrible. I love it.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, no, I
love
don't
it.
know why. I just thought she's the kind of girl that drinks apothic, which is fucking awful. Do you like
Yeah.
wine?
No, I like it.
Well, you're not going to like apothic then. Anyway, besides that, Lower Decks came out. Mike, were you going to talk about Lower Decks?
No, but we can.
Okay.
I don't really have like any specific thing on my agenda.
Okay.
I was just kind of vomit out a bunch of stuff.
I just wanted to say I've watched the first 2 episodes of the new season of Lower Decks. I'm digging it as usual, and it's just making me pissed off at Alex Kurtzman again.
I couldn't not like Lower Decks.
Yeah. Yep.
I haven't had a chance to watch them yet. Like I haven't been able to watch Vox Machina. I've not been able to watch a lot of shows, but I am looking forward to finally catching up with Lower Decks, because that show we don't deserve it.
I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, there is one thing in that first episode, and I'm going to leave it to your imagination. Boimler does a reverse Riker.
Oh man, what even
You'll
is
have
that?
to find out, sir. It is a reverse Riker. The end. And then you can come back and comment on that.
Hopefully.
So no, it's a fucking thing they did. But what I've really been watching is YouTube. First off, I found a compilation of every Transformers toy commercial from 1984 to 1990, and it's really entertaining. Watch a line drive itself into the ground.
Like again, Transformers. How many episodes in a row of like both?
The
podcasts
entire run of Distraction Hall.
Right. You honestly, I think, Kevin, 1 week you should do a deep dive into the history of the Transformers franchise. For the Distraction
really?
I would.
Really?
I would love
You
that.
want me to start with the old G.I. Joe dolls and run all the way up through?
Yes. Obviously, you have to make it work within a reasonable runtime, but I absolutely think if you were passionate enough to kind of give us a history, I think
you know what? I'll tell you what. If we get to $50 on the Patreon, which we're not that far from, but if we get to $50, I will do that as a solo episode for patrons first to gauge interest, and then we can do a 3-man thing for this show of it.
Yeah, no, because again, this is a franchise that like I have been on the margins of, and I think I've seen like the toys that made us and everything like that, and it's an interesting history, and I think just like Supernatural Selection is tackling interesting history, I think Distraction Hole can do that.
Well, I know me and Mike both are just we lived and breathed Transformers and G.I. Joe when we were younger, and Robotech, of course.
Just realize that opens up the floodgates for me to talk about.
Yeah, I know. That's... Man, you had a podcast already.
There's the problem. Yes. Well, and I never was able to finish the podcast.
You did. You know what?
Because there's 3 seasons of the
You know what? You
show.
should fucking do a Chucky podcast, and we'll figure out a way to, host that. Yep.
Yeah, no worries. We'll figure out. I know that we in the background have been talking about other kind of ideas and everything like that. Just let the listeners know that we're always interested in trying things, and please let us know if there's something you're interested.
I mean, hell, I thought about, hey, we should try doing a music show sometime.
Yeah, I still think we should do a Call of Cthulhu.
I've got some issues running Call of Cthulhu right now, and I'm working on them.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I mean, we could always find someone else, or it doesn't even have to be Call of Cthulhu. I could probably get us set up with Fiasco or something, and do a Coen Brothers style film, but have Cthulhu shit in the background.
Well, so here's something I got really excited about the other day that I wasn't going to talk about until I watched it. David, are you a fan of Red Letter Media?
I have enjoyed, yes.
Mike, you remember the Plinkett reviews of Star Wars?
Yes.
I think you're the one that introduced me to that.
Maybe. I don't remember.
So a lot of my obsessions tend to be your fault. You show me something innocently, and then I bathe in it.
Yeah, I show him Cookie Clicker look
Mike,
at this stupid shit, and then he's still playing it years later.
Yeah, I'm still on the same run.
So Mike is to blame for all of this. That's what you're saying. Okay.
But Red Letter Media did their Halloween Spooktacular this weekend. And Jack Quaid came back. I do too. And it was very amusing. First off, they watched Zombie Nightmare. Which, remember that from MST3K? And Jay during the video was like, yes, we know it was on MST3K. Go ahead and put your comments. We know it was on a show 35 years ago. And, God, I did not remember that the main actor that got killed at the beginning of the movie and turned into the zombie, I did not remember that they completely changed actors and makeup and hairstyle on the zombie like halfway through the movie. Just like it is obviously another dude. And the reason you can tell it's another dude is because he doesn't have a permanent erection.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right.
Yep. And the second zombie does not have that. So, but no, they really enjoyed that. And then the second movie they did was, it's called Die Hard Vampire. And it was shot on video. And it was a lot of drunk people with like sets that looked like it came from like a junior high school production of Frankenstein. Like painted rocks on cardboard.
I don't know, man. There's something about like a VHS, like shot straight to VHS movie that like is comforting.
Oh, you love this. It is fucking awful. And again, the man that plays Dracula in the movie changes 4 times.
So it's like Plan 9 from Outer Space, but it's 9, 18, 27, 36.
Yeah,
Plan
no,
36.
imagine Bela Lugosi died, and then maybe the guy that they're, his chiropractor died, and then they get his dentist and he died. It's just 4 different people playing Dracula.
Yeah.
Cheesy, crazy.
It's
awesome. Amazing. But the last film blew their minds and it blew my mind. It is called Devil Story. It is French, dubbed into English, shot in Italy, and takes place in Florida. They somehow thought that because Florida's noted for its castles and cobblestone roads.
Yes.
And gaslight.
Well, I mean, at Disneyland.
Sure, but Disneyland this ain't. To try to sum up the plot as vaguely and as best I can, there is a Nazi zombie man-beast attacking people, sort of, that gets slowly run over by a car at the end. A mummy that marries what I can only describe as Gilda Radner. And a 70-year-old man that spends literally 10 hours straight attempting to shoot a horse with a shotgun as it simply runs in circles around him. For
That's
10
amazing.
in-film hours.
What the fuck, man? That's great.
Yeah, no, it won Best of the Worst, obviously, but... And the Jack Quaid said at one point, hey, do you want to feel like you're dying of a panic attack due to really bizarre editing? Then watch this movie, which they felt the Devil Story wasn't a good title, so they just started referring to the movie as Horse! And holy shit. Just, like, there were parts, they filmed them watching the movie. There were multiple parts where someone in the viewing room would have to check their pulse. Like, apparently, Mike thought, not our Mike, but the Red Letter Media Mike.
Popular Mike.
Look, he thought he was dying. He thought he was going into cardiac arrest. What it was he was having a panic attack due to the editing. And they started trying to guess what it would cut to next, because it was jumping around every couple of seconds to a different location in the film. And they started screaming, like, zombie, horse, horse, horse. and then it would show the horse, and they lose their fucking minds. And then Jack Quaid just said, "This film turned us into spectators at a cockfight."
Ah, man, we need to do another screening.
We do. We may just have to record it and put it up.
Yeah. We still need to do Falk.
Boggy Creek. We need to get
Boggy
together
Creek,
one Monday and do Boggy Creek after I find out how long I'm going to be stuck at jury duty, if I get stuck at jury duty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that'll be fun next week. Not next week, but the week after. God, what else was there I was going to talk about, Mike?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Fuck. Skinwalker Ranch just pissing me the fuck off, but like,
that's
yeah, I know, but like, it's very seldom I watch a TV show and am just livid. Just like,
fair.
You can ask Mike. I was yelling at the screen. I was so angry.
Yeah.
And then Mike came over and watched something. Mike, what was your reaction to what you saw?
Wow, these are some dumb motherfuckers. Or that, or they're playing it up for, viewership.
Yeah.
It's like one of the guys, the guy's supposed to be like, smart.
Yeah, no, they're
like
all noted scientists.
Multiple, degrees and shit. It's like, you should just be smarter than this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just a nobody with a, high school education. I'm like, can see the flaws in their logic.
I should try to watch at least a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm pretty fun when I'm angry at something.
It's the producers of Oak Island.
Oh,
and,
shit.
that should tell you everything. And the main scientist guy was a frequent commenter on Ancient Aliens.
Oh,
so
shit.
It's like they took two pieces of shit and stirred them up and made a new show. So
you got your shit in my shit. You got your shit
all
in my
shit, so it doesn't matter.
Captain Crunch presents Oops All Shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I did have a great moment over at our friend's house tonight when one of our friends was like, "What have you been up to?" I was like, "Well, I've been reading about Skinwalker Ranch." He said, "Oh, I'm guessing that has something to do with the Native American shapeshifter." I was like, "No, it's got everything to do with flying refrigerators." And every time I tell someone new that, the reaction, priceless. Yep. God, I'm kind of running out of stuff here. I knew there was something else I wanted to talk about, but my brain is just, which I
that's cool,
think
man.
that's
cool.
all of us right now. Mike, have you had a favorite part about Lower Decks, the two we've seen?
I mean, I can't think of anything like specifically that's like my favorite part. I mean, can I just like it holistically?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as long as it's not homeopathically.
No, not homeopathically.
Okay, because that would...
Is Mariner so
Yes.
cute?
Oh, God, there's
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's adorable.
And we know that Tendy's adorable, so that's...
Oh, Tendy's got a great storyline.
So far, she's more like badass, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's
she's
cute,
doing
but badass.
Yeah, no, I'm very much interested in the Orion crime element.
God, there's a fucking big-time reference to one episode of the animated series, Star Trek the Animated Series.
Oh.
Because there was an episode that had the Orions in it, but they fucked up and they were blue. And then they were wearing like these green and yellow superhero outfits. And nobody remembered how to pronounce Orion, so they were calling them the Orions. And that comes into play.
Oh, Filmation.
Oh, man.
Filmation.
Dude, Filmation, I feel like that's a thing I should start doing, is talking about, like, that. Because, like, Filmation has a history, man.
Oh, yeah. I just... Secret Galaxy did that video on the Ghostbusters cartoon
Yes.
by Filmation. Not the real Ghostbusters.
No.
Yeah.
This is the one based on the 70s
yeah.
children's show with a gorilla.
The complete with a gorilla.
With a hat.
And then the character who you would think would be named Kong is not the gorilla.
No, he is
The gorilla's name is
Tracy
Tracy.
the gorilla and Kong the dude.
And blonde Ichabod Crane.
Now, what got me is every goddamn character in there, they said, is basically played by Peter Cullen. With the exception of a couple who, like, the main bad guy, of course, voiced by the guy that played Skeletor, Oppenheimer. Not to be confused with the nuclear guy. But,
Yeah.
and then, like, Scheimer, the producer, voiced several characters, which is no shock. He played Orko. Which,
Yeah.
what's that say about his fucking voice? He voiced, like, do you remember Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids?
A little bit, yeah.
Mike,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you remember? Okay. Do either of you remember the guy with the pink hat that covered his whole fucking face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they wore it like a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had like this really weird, high-pitched voice that just, you're sitting here going, no human sounds like this. Well, apparently that's Scheimer, the producer. He voiced that character
Wild.
and Orko. And I'm like, what was wrong with this man's voice?
You had a voice for cartoons.
You'd think Chris Latta had a hell of a voice. Which I guess eventually I'm going to have to go into voice actors too, because Chris Latta, a.k.a. Chris Collins, that's a hell of a story, man. You ever heard any of the stuff about him? He played Starscream and Cobra Commander.
Like, I know of characters he's played, but I don't know his story.
Like, apparently he lived a hell of a life. Like, they were trying to record an episode of Transformers, and Corey Burton, the voice actor, had to go get him out of jail. And it was like, what were you in for? And he's like, jaywalking.
Oh, he was the original
Yes,
voice of
he
Mo,
was.
wasn't he?
And do you know why they replaced him?
Because he fucking died,
Actually,
right?
it turns out no. They replaced him because they fired him and then he died. Because
Jesus.
Chris Latta was not an easy man to work with or get along with.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, it's fucking Cobra Commander.
Cobra
That's
Commander,
right.
Starscream. He also voiced like Gung Ho and Wheeljack. There's a lot of fucking voices.
Wild.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
he is fucking really talented and an ass. So, let that be a lesson to you. Don't get fired from The Simpsons, I guess.
Oh, shit, he played King Koopa.
Oh,
Like the live-action King Koopa for the King Koopa's
in the
Cool cartoons.
first episode, he also got fired for being an asshole and was replaced immediately. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
no,
amazing.
if you look into this guy's career, he started a lot of characters that he didn't finish playing. Yeah,
Holy crap.
pretty fucked up. Apparently his daughter is like involved in the animation industry and is just a sweetheart. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, she used to be like Rob Paulson used to have a podcast called Talking Tunes where he would interview voice actors, and she worked with him on that song. So,
Okay.
yeah, that was a great show. I miss that show.
Yeah, I like Rob
Yeah.
Paulson.
I feel like I don't want to learn anything else about him. You know, like I'm scared of what I'm gonna learn about him.
Right, with the voice actors. Oh, speaking of voice actors, Gray
Gray
DeLisle,
Delisle.
I don't know if she's going by Gray Delisle or Griffin. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
sometimes
That's
she
her
goes by
married
Griffin.
name, I think.
You saw that she had posted a preview of Bobby Hill from the King of the Hill
No!
compilation, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, 21-year-old Bobby Hill. He is a chef, and he is doing a form of cooking that involves grilling, but it is charcoal.
Oh no!
Yeah, I am so fucking excited for this
no.
new run of King of the Hill.
Oh my god.
Well, and it's cool because I think I posted in our TV discussion area, but specifically in the bio, because it's like the type of bio you would see at a restaurant, right? About the head chef, but there's direct references to the cartoon, but it talks about Bobby growing up cooking with Hank. And it's no, that's perfect. But then the fact that he's doing that form of charcoal grilling that's popular in Japan that they use with skewers and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's what Bobby he's doing some sort of fusion stuff, doing those techniques, and I just I'm just very excited to see that conflict over charcoal and propane between these two now grown
I am looking
people,
at the picture, and it is exactly what I hoped he would be, and not nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
It's honestly perfect. That's if you ask me what 21-year-old Bobby Hill would look like.
No, I agree. That is fucking Bobby Hill. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm just so excited about getting new.
I've always been kind of indifferent toward King of the Hill. It's not that I don't like it. It's just, it's one of those shows where every time I turn it on, it's one of 2 or 3 episodes I've seen continually.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we'll try to find some episodes that you haven't seen. Did you ever see the one with the guy who got the butchery guy? The guy who has the
Hank had to go to the new butcher, right? Okay,
no, it's one where this dude literally gets ground up into.
Oh Jesus,
machines.
no!
It's a really dark episode. Yeah, it's a Luann episode. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. There's some.
Yeah,
good
no, I'm not saying there aren't.
You should look for those.
It's just every time.
No, but definitely but definitely look for some of those really loved ones, and give those a try. And I think you'll kind of, especially the finale, great finale.
Well, for me, every time I turned over, it was either Peggy being in the Boggle tournament, or Peggy gets involved with a foot fetish site.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but that's the only 2 I usually ever see on when I have access to television. I'll turn it on. Hey, King of the Hill's on Adult Swim. Why is it these 2 again every goddamn time I turn the TV on? This is the only 2 I ever saw on Fox. It's the only 2 I ever see on here, except for when we were at Dragon Con year before last, and it was 2 episodes I'd never seen, where Hank was taking care of a cat.
Now, did you ever see the one where Bobby Hill he takes self-defense classes?
I've seen clips of that.
Oh, yeah, amazing!
Actually,
amazing
I just remember there's one other episode I saw once, and I thought it was great, where the Buddhist monks show up because Bobby may be the reincarnation of the Buddha.
Oh, yes,
that is
absolutely.
a fantastic episode.
The episode where Hank goes to Japan is a lot of fun.
I've not seen that. Is that the one where he goes because he has a brother, or am I? Yes,
a half brother. Yes,
right.
Shinichiro. Yes. And then another great one, there is a Dale episode called Soldier of Misfortune, where they're trying to make Dale feel better by giving him a job, a mercenary job, because he wants to be a mercenary. God. And it just kind of fucking spirals from there.
He is everything I remember about the 80s. When I'd go to K&B Drugs, and I'd be looking at the comic books, I would turn around, and Mike, I don't know if you remember, it was the front corner of the store. The comics were at the end of the book aisles on 2 racks, and then against the wall was the big long magazine rack.
Yeah.
And right in the top was Soldier of Fortune, Guns and Ammo, and all the, hey, we're looking for people to fight our private war in South America kind of magazines.
Yeah.
And every time I saw Dale on King of the Hill, it takes me back to those magazines.
Dale is such a great
I am so sad the voice actor died.
Yeah, Johnny Hardwick, R.I.P.
That sucks. And Luann, God, what was her name? She was in
Yeah.
Clueless. Yeah,
Brittany
Brittany
Murphy.
She is in Clueless.
And then Lucky, voiced by I think it was Tom Petty.
Oh, yeah, Tom Petty.
Yeah, and like I'm curious how they're going to handle the Luann and
Yeah.
Lucky thing in the new episodes.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't
We
know.
shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, I didn't expect to talk about King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And the 3 episodes I've seen. I
Yes.
don't know. I like when Mike Judge gets another shot at stuff. Because he's a talented guy.
Like, yeah, did you ever see Silicon Valley?
I did.
No.
I love Silicon Valley. Mike Judge doing,
I didn't know that was
like,
his.
the tech
Okay.
industry. Yeah, it's good. It's
Okay,
fucking good.
I need to check that out then. I think y'all talked about it in an episode a year or so back, and I just...
Probably because there is a scene that lives in my head rent free where one of the characters is trying to like trash talk somebody, and the way that he does it, like, do you want to die today, motherfucker? It's so good. It's the funniest fucking thing, and I periodically think about it, and that's the sign of a good
It
show,
sounds kind of like Office Space.
Yeah.
But definitely more about like the tech scene of San Francisco, and
Yeah. God, that just reminded me of the movie Pirates of Silicon Valley. That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. We
That was
watched
fun,
that in college, and I fucking adore that movie.
It's a fun one. Yeah, Noah Wiley and the nerd from
Anthony Michael
from,
Hall.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
Anthony
it's
Michael
Bill
Hall, there we
Gates,
go.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
and I love that there is nothing that makes Steve Jobs look okay.
No.
Like, nothing I've ever seen makes him seem like a good human being at all.
Yeah.
Like, the only way it could have been better is if they did an extended version of the movie and they did him dying, and it was like the final scenes in Man in the Moon, where they're doing the faith healing, pulling chicken gizzards out of him and shit. Because, that's how he died, was, I'm going to use holistic stuff and fucking chicken, let him pull the tumors out of me. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Fucking idiot.
weird way for him to go.
Yeah, when you have all the money in the world and your doctor says you have pancreatic cancer, and then you decide, I'm going to do, this weird shit.
I'm going to drink Ovaltine about it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, y'all remember? No, I don't know. I just, yeah. Cartoons are my jam, so.
Yep.
Yep, that's fair. No, I think we all agree that cartoons are good.
Cartoons are good and savory.
So you're done, I guess. You've shot your whole
I have
thing.
blown my proverbial wad.
So I guess it's my turn. So really, we've covered a lot of what I've done this week, but what I haven't talked about. So I finished season 3 of Vox Machina, and let's see here. I'm trying to decide if I want to do spoilers or not.
Well, David hasn't seen it, and he's going to.
Yeah,
So
I haven't
I'll
been able to see it yet.
So I think last time we had talked about it, they had like a character had died. I'll say that, things around that got resolved. And from what I understand, is very different from the Critical Role.
I had heard some sort of rumblings about that, so I'm very curious to see that myself.
Yeah, there's if you with you, David, there's still stuff to be like experienced there, because it's not all the same stuff. But yeah, no, I liked it. I'm glad it's renewed for a 4th season. Let's see.
I do appreciate that. Yeah, like it's a action adventure animated series for a mature audience that just I just appreciate that it exists. Between that and Invincible,
Yeah.
like
I liked Vox Machina much more than I liked Invincible.
Yeah. I mean, I understand.
Yeah, but you're you.
Invincible is definitely
It's a choice of how to do things.
I don't know. I don't think Invincible's that bad.
This is all me. My problems are all me related with it.
Well,
if anyone's the Invincible fan here, it would be me, because I read it when it came out and I read it through the entire run. So I'm just happy that it's on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I just understand that they're setting up Mark to be like the big hero, and it's all the trials he has to go through to be basically
Mark goes some interesting morally questionable places. It's a very Mark's journey is pretty wild. There's a character called Dinosaurus, who is literally a super intelligent Tyrannosaurus Rex human hybrid.
That is
who is the most challenging character from a philosophical point of view, and that's what I appreciate about Invincible. Is it goes weird directions.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, I don't want to spoil what happens, but it's pretty serious. And Mark is also complicit in the actions of Dinosaurus.
Jesus Christ.
And it's very, and the fact that there wasn't a change in continuity. That was the other thing that I really appreciated about Invincible, was that when you have these big shifts in the status quo, they stay. In very interesting ways, and we see how that shit plays out, which it was just so different for the time. Now, we've got so many more mature comic book stories, right? That Invincible isn't quite the novelty that it is, but I also think that there is a novelty to it being 40 to 45 minutes to 50 minutes per episode. You don't see animated series that do episodes that long, which I appreciate, because they give it time to breathe. I don't know. Don't get me on a tangent.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. But so Vox Machina ended well on the third season. Apparently they ended a lot better than they did the same plot wrap up in the tabletop. Because apparently it was a very big, being all improv, one of them improv some, kind of fuck you guys, and, I'm fucking out of here. And they felt it wasn't going to be it would not sit well in a scripted show. So they changed it up to be more, amicable of a, going their separate ways for a little while.
Well, and then the other thing is, in the tabletop experience that they're at right now with Campaign 3, it's very much the kind of culmination of, years of storytelling. Yeah. So I'm very curious to watch this new season through that perspective of, okay, how are they seeding certain events down the line? Yeah.
And, let's see. So I watched that. I haven't really played any games. Haven't really started a new anime, surprisingly. Yeah, no.
You watched Ranma, though, right?
Well, I watched the next episode of Ranma. I mean, it's...
Well, I mean, you did Dan.
Yeah, but...
Dan.
I haven't binge watched, a whole season of anything this week. So,
Are you feeling off because you haven't? Yes. Is it something more... Yeah, no, hey, I get you.
I gotta find something, I watched one episode of it's supposed to be a really good one, and I can see it's just too. All right, it's called Laid Back Camp. It's all about cute girls camping, and I mean seems like it'll be a really good show to watch if, say, you're having trouble sleeping, because it's too laid back.
Okay.
So it was very serene.
Have you tried that time I was reincarnated into a slime?
That's on the list. I have not started it yet.
You should give that first season a try. They just wrapped up season 3, and they also have like a couple seasons of a spin-off show that's about life in the town, and I think that'll give you plenty to keep you occupied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And none of these shows I'm waiting for have been announced, when the next season's coming, so I'm kind of theming there. What I really also need to do is I need to either start over or figure out where I've stopped watching Konosuba. I don't know. I might just have to start from the beginning.
I mean, it's not a bad way to kill time.
You know what I should try to find and watch is was it Record of a whatever shopping trip?
Magical Shopping District about
No, YKK, it's about the post-apocalypse, the android girl with the green hair, Alpha, that's her name. I can't remember how to say it, hang on. But Record of Lodoss War as well.
Yeah. That was that's one of those I'm actually surprised they never made into an anime.
They did.
They did? I thought they didn't.
No, they did. That's what I'm trying to look up.
I just remember the manga.
It took them a while. It was adapted into two OVAs, both 2 episodes each.
I see. Just like it had been a couple years I'd read. I really liked Azu manga, and I read a lot of Yotsuba back in the day, and just recently I thought, man, did they ever make an anime of that? And so I started looking into it. Turns out no. Azu, yeah. He the manga creator doesn't want it to be made into an anime. He said that he was very disappointed with Azu manga and thought that Yotsuba doesn't fit the format of anime. I'm going, what the fuck? I mean, I understand, that's his artistic purview, but I disagree.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing that happened with the creator of Calvin and Hobbes. Just like, no, I don't want.
I can kind of understand that, but I also kind of side with Berkeley Breathitt on that. It's like, make some fucking money.
Well, not only that money, but it's opening up to other audiences.
Yeah, that too.
Not
like, could you imagine like the power of like a Calvin and Hobbes animated series?
Oh Jesus.
Produced in like the early 90s is like the staying power of that and how fucking beloved it would be.
Yeah, it either would have been the heralded as the greatest animated series ever made, or it would have been canceled after 3 episodes.
Like, we're missing a valuable portion of pop culture because of that.
God, the alternate reality where he just changed his mind one day.
Yeah.
Berkeley Breathitt finally got through and was like, dude, come on.
Mike, have you seen Mr. Osumatsu?
I don't think so.
I'm not familiar with the gentleman.
So it was a 1960s manga, but they've done several animated adaptations, but it's about sextuplets. It's like a slice of life comedy about these sextuplets. And they all look identical. It seems like if you're looking for something that might be a little bit of a slice of life, maybe with a little comedy to it. I've only seen a couple of episodes, but I enjoyed what I saw. So I don't know. I'll throw that one at you because I know some people who are big fans of it.
Oh yeah, I've seen. I'm familiar with the art. I don't remember didn't remember.
Yeah, it's got
name.
a very like old school look to it.
In fact, I never knew that they were sextuplets. Like I'd seen those character kids before, but interesting.
Yeah, and they you can mostly tell them apart by like their attitude and color coding.
Yeah, so it's like
but
if you doubled Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Is that the one about the weird little short dude and there's like a bunch of them?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, I don't know if he's like a weird. I think he's just like a. I don't know.
Osomatsu.
I don't know.
Just look up Mr. Osomatsu. Osomatsu. And once you see the character designs, you're like, oh, I've seen that around somewhere.
I'm
Yep,
looking at some of the
that
other
is
character designs of
exactly
some of the
what
other
I was
characters.
thinking about. That
Fair
is
enough.
exactly
Fair enough.
what I meant. Weird little dudes.
Well, they're kids, so that's
Yeah.
what kids are.
Are they kids? 'Cause I
They're
thought they were
adults. They
adults.
look
I
kind of
have
like kids.
no idea, and I don't know that I want to know, but
I don't know. They were living by
maybe they are-
themselves in
maybe
the
they are
episode
adults.
I saw.
don't like I said, I haven't watched it or read it or anything. So
Oh, okay. It says in the description on Wikipedia, all of the brothers have now grown into lazy neats,
oh,
with each brother having developed their own distinguishing personality.
they look kind of kiddish in the design. That's what made me think that.
Yeah, so they're young adults. Yeah, so this takes place 10 years after them being kids, apparently. So, it's I guess it's kind of like a pseudo reboot and follow up to like some of the original stuff. I don't know. I've seen a couple episodes. I enjoyed it. It's a fun little slice of life thing. So I'd be curious to see what you go with.
Okay, so
that one.
so that's what I was thinking because I had seen stuff. The original one was Omatsu Kun, which was the kids. So it was ran Shonen Sunday magazine from 62 to 69.
wow.
Okay. No,
That's
what?
that's all. That's older than I thought.
Yeah,
Is it older than Doraemon?
don't know.
Yeah, now I'm curious. Like, 'cause Doraemon's one of those that's been around forever
Yeah.
too. That's another one that's been on my list, and I haven't been able to watch it. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm reading I just typed in the name Doraemon onto Google, and you know how Google will give you like information about like an info
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
So under species it says robot, and then I thought it said robot fucking, but it's robot cooking.
Ah.
But I was like, wait a second, what's going on
Yeah,
here?
I actually started using DuckDuckGo every chance I get instead because I don't want the AI results.
Yeah. So it is 1969 is when Doraemon
Nice.
first appeared. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
So, yeah, no, interesting. Wild stuff.
Wild stuff there. Ed.
Wild, weird world of sports.
What else you been doing, Mike?
Like I said, not a whole lot. Working at the warehouse, moving boxes. Just no,
Are you lifting with your knees?
no lifting solely with my back.
Oh,
But
okay, yeah.
but
well, the
no
American way.
society or culture.
Okay, I get it, Mike. I fucking got it when you said working in the warehouse moving boxes. I wasn't going to say anything. That is an inside joke between me and Mike about the first film we ever made with He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Voldemort.
Well, short of Mort. And that's...
More to that.
I co-wrote that script, and it got re-edited by someone.
And it was a movie about moving boxes.
No,
in a
but my
warehouse.
character was complaining about this town is a lot like the big spaz that works in the warehouse. It's good for moving boxes and making money, but there's no intelligence or culture in it. And it was
Okay.
actually, there were other words in there that got cut and rewritten by a man who would not let us swear in a movie.
Yes.
You shot this when you were a kid?
Oh, no.
Like, high
No,
school?
he was
Oh.
like, God, hang on, it was 90.
So we were in our 20s.
8. So I was 22, and he was like 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
wow.
like, no, he's God, he's a weird little dude. We're not gonna go into that.
Yeah. Less said about that, but I mean,
Yeah. Anyway,
Anywho.
Mike made a reference to a thing that was painful.
yes.
It's an in joke.
See, inside joke.
Yeah. It's an outside joke.
The good news is that's not one of the ones we have on YouTube.
Yeah. let's see. Like I said, I haven't really done a whole lot. I mean, I'm surprised. Like the week went by quick, but I really had nothing going on. I can't.
I mean, it
Oh,
happens.
I guess I watched.
It
Okay,
happens,
so I did
man.
watch a
Like,
lot of, or a good bit of, Dropout with not Game Changer. Make Some Noise and Actually. Have I talked about either of those on the show before?
Some.
So,
yeah. Actually, like
okay.
last
So
week.
continue to watch those. They continue to be fun. I'm like constantly showing Kevin stuff from Actually because they've done some cryptid. Like they have a mini game where they'll have like cryptids and you have to place where they originate from on the map.
Yeah. And, there's a lot of them I know.
Yeah. And some of them they don't like, there was like this big eel with hands and feet and stuff, and apparently it was from New Zealand. I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, once again, another, check out Dropout if you're looking for an ethical streaming service where, it directly creator funded and, very cheap. I think, the monthly plan is like what, under $5 a month, something like that.
I think so.
I paid $50 for a whole year, so,
I eventually am going to try to like do a deep dive into Dimension 20.
Yeah, they have Dimension 20.
That's going to be my reason.
I need to really branch out and look at some of their other shows. I don't think I can I'll have to give it a go, but I don't know if I would be able to get into a, tabletop show.
I don't know, man. Like those 3 to 4 hour episodes of Critical Role have been a lot of fun. Like, and a lot of the time I'll have it on in the background.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I just don't have a lot of like, podcasting type time. It seems like that fill the podcasting niche. And
you did just remind me, or I don't know what actually reminded me of this. Somebody said something that just popped back into my head. Did I talk about Soul Coughing getting back together?
I don't think so.
At all?
Not on the show, no.
Okay, Soul Coughing was a band I got into when I was much younger.
A wee lad.
Yeah, did like late teens, early 20s. Paul got me into them. Mm-hmm. And they're great. David, you ever heard Soul Coughing? Okay, they did the song Super Bon Bon, and they did Circles that got used in some Cartoon Network promos. It's like the one. It's the one where like Barney's walking through the house and he keeps passing the same stuff, and there's a song playing to it. That's Soul Coughing. It's basically like weird pseudo jazz hip hop by white people. It's good though. It's good.
Yeah, it's like the Avalanche.
Yeah, and they broke up because lots of reasons. And it was pretty much considered completely impossible for them to ever get their shit back together. And this year they did their first tour to celebrate like their big 30th anniversary of their album El Oso coming out. Not El Oso, Ruby Vroom, their first album. And they even played live on who was it? Jimmy Kimmel, I think.
Okay.
And man, they're still good. And
awesome. No, that you love to see it. Like it's like the band gets back together, and it's like shit,
and on their website they were advertising the tour, and then they said the end ? And I'm like, oh, please do a fucking album. Please keep Mike Doty off of whatever he was on and get like an album going. I need this. I need weird stream of conscious trip hop with a jazz techno thing going. I need more of this.
I don't know, like maybe in 20 years I'll get a Daft Punk reading.
Oh, I hope you do. I really do, because you know me, I like them too.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see. I mean, I understand, you've been working, with the same person on the same kind of stuff for so long. You just kind of like, the well runs dry, right?
Yep.
Well, and the other thing is that like they're still working together. They're sharing a studio space and everything. They just aren't doing material.
When Mike said that about working with someone for so long, I just checked to make sure he wasn't looking at me when he said it.
Yeah, just given the passive aggressive opening of the show,
we haven't been working together that long. We've just been like,
that's true,
friends.
Yep.
We haven't been like hasn't been a business relationship.
Till now. Yeah. We do need to get contracts written up at some point, but
exactly. One of us is going to be a kiss.
Oh God, no. Jesus, I hope not. Fuck.
Right?
Yeah, that'd be awful.
Yeah, no, it turns out it's going to turn out I'm a cannibal.
Exactly. I would not be surprised, actually.
I don't think anybody that listens to these shows would be surprised if I turned out to be a cannibal.
Like, one of us, like, statistically is likely to be a cannibal. Yeah, it's like, probably.
We're sorry, the show's over. David's missing a leg, and it turns out Kevin's a cannibal. Oh. Is that it for the actual bulk of the show, Mike?
I guess. Like, I can't really think of anything else to mention.
Okay. Hey, Kevin here. Hope you're enjoying the episode.
Hey, who are you talking to, Kevin?
Listeners of our shows. I also want to let them know that if they're enjoying what we've been doing, they can support us on Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Were you going to tell them about the early episodes? Also, Patreon exclusive episodes that can be found there too?
Well, yeah, I was going to do
and then there's the other cool stuff, including art, merch for subscribers, like tote bags, hoodies, shirts, mugs.
Yeah, and
can you believe people could support us for only $5 a month? You're definitely going to mention that too, right?
I was. Support Supernatural Selection and The Distraction Hole on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Visit patreon.supernaturalselectionpod.com to learn more and get started today. We're the host.
We've had a good run.
Yes.
We can end it here. I don't think there'll be any.
Well, what about the game? I demand a game.
There won't be any regrets if we just stop it here, call it quits, and just let it be.
Are we breaking the format? Is that what's going on? Are you trying to set me off? You coming at me with that, bro?
Are you leaving to become a murder hobo?
No, I was just saying. You've hit the an adequate amount of content for this episode.
I'm very upset right now,
and
like I'm on the spectrum probably, and this is very upsetting to me. Please say psych.
Oh God. Wow, of all the things to beg for someone to say, psych was not on the list of things I expected.
I'm trying to find the game I had, and it's not here.
Shit.
I thought I had a game, but it's not in my notes.
Yeah, here's the thing. If we don't have a game, I can't reach my catharsis at the end of the week.
Finish.
I can't finish without my game.
Sad and weird.
It doesn't feel right, does it?
I thought I had a game, but I might have used it last time I hosted.
Uh-oh. Quick, steal something from Dropout.
Or I'll be 2 Game Davis next week or something. I don't know.
So I did kind of get a glimmer of one when we were talking earlier. I'm trying to think of some way to gamify it, because just asking the question doesn't work. So let's see.
It does.
Well, I mean, you can assign points at the end.
It's, I need a caveat.
The caveat is Kevin's a big dumb loser.
Okay. Of all your, much beloved, science fiction and fantasy settings, which one would you had to, you, I don't know, some, vengeful genie or something pops in and says, "You wronged me. I'm sending you to one of these franchises. You're going to live there forever." But you're basically starting out, rock bottom,
Are you saying we get isekai'd by a genie?
Yes, but you're going to, you get to choose your, world.
But we gotta start at the bottom.
Yeah, so you're not, if you're, say if it was Star Wars, you wouldn't be a Jedi or anything. You would be,
A moisture farmer.
you'd be something, yeah, like that. Might not necessarily be a moisture farmer, but, maybe you'd be a stormtrooper, or, just a regular old rebel guy. Or
It sounds like you're leaning towards what is it, Stargate? Star Wars.
I was just using that as an example. But yeah, so
So we have to pick a setting.
pick your one of your much beloved sci-fi worlds. So, and I'll go first just while y'all think about it. It's tempting to say something like Star Trek, right? But you have to think, Star Trek's a really fucked up place. Like sure, you could live on Earth and just, but I would think you would end up an ensign on some ship, right? And you're going to get like some time travel shenanigans. There's going to be like mirror universe use.
I don't know. You could just be on Earth in a post
that's
scarcity society.
I think if you that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, you name the thing and all, but I'm going to tell you what you're going to be in there.
Oh,
how's
you
that?
get to choose what we do.
Choose. That's my.
Okay.
You're the genie.
Now we're going somewhere.
You're the genie.
So like
Now
if you
it's
pick
getting
Star
spicy.
Trek, I'd say you're an ensign on not even the Cerritos, because that'd be too cool. It'd be
You're an ensign, a red shirt ensign on a medical frigate.
no, it'd be actually probably be the better the ship, the worse you'd be.
Oh yeah,
An ensign on fucking Enterprise is just
Oh,
probably
you
hell
did.
all the time.
He did.
So
And you're saying that it has to be science fiction or fantasy, like
something that's
Okay.
far enough removed from current day, our current sitting. I'll be the judge of whether it's far enough, but it's got to be something kind of fantastical
Okay.
that has some
okay.
difference. Doesn't have to be a completely different world, but if it is an Earth setting, it has
The
to be different.
Orville.
The Orville.
The Orville.
I mean,
It's kind of Star Trek.
it's Star Trek, but
You'd have to lick Seth
I don't know.
MacFarlane's feet.
Ugh.
you,
I mean,
you'd be one of the cigarette aliens. I forget what they're called.
there we go. Yeah, the
Yeah,
mock ones,
Mock
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, so many of great sci-fi and fantasy that I love revolve around conflict where, like, the little guy gets
Well,
screwed
yeah,
over.
I mean, that's the point.
That sucks, dude. Fucking sucks, bro.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a serious one. Stargate SG-1.
Ooh, interesting. I didn't realize you liked it that much.
I do
Yeah.
enjoy it. Like I was in the middle of like watching the full run of episodes, and I lost access to whatever
Yeah.
I was streaming it on, and I'm
I
trying to
fucking
get back
love
into it. Yeah.
SG-1.
You're
So I watched a lot of it. Yeah.
let's see.
He's either looking up aliens or he's looking up Air Force ranks.
It's a 50-50
Yes.
shot of which.
You're one of those farmers living on the world where the guys ruled like a totalitarian thing and they got their dicks burned off.
Sure.
Oh, well,
Nope.
that solves it.
Mike's got to choose.
I know what you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're the Malp.
Oh, wow. The fucking recon thing. Wow.
That frequency gets shoved off into, the void.
Fucking
There you
wow.
go.
And probably the one that ended up on the black hole planet.
I like it.
That or
That's
you're
fun.
just
That's fun.
you're bald address dialer guy. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Walter.
Walter. Yeah, you're Walter.
Their own version of radar.
You get
Yes.
to you get to see the cool shit, but never, actually, participate.
Which, well, I mean, with how much shit spills into the base.
Yep.
All the danger, none of the satisfaction.
Yep.
Yeah. That being said, Walter was a cool character, dude.
Ended up slightly psychic.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Only slightly.
Only slightly, because he just knew when the gate was going to be dialed. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gate sense.
Actually, they should have done something with that instead of just being a joke.
Hey, and you know what? The unsung hero of Stargate SG-1, Chief Master Sergeant Norman Walter Davis.
Goddamn
Harris.
right.
So there we go.
I know exactly
Yeah.
who you're talking about, too. He was a stunt guy.
Chevron 1 encoded. There we go. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
so
winning.
far you're
I'm winning
winning.
so far.
You're Walter. I like that.
All right, what say you, Kevin?
Oh God, I'm kind of stuck because like I have a bad one you don't know that much about, and the other I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear both of them, or just choose one?
Give me the first one.
The Wheel of Time, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm fucked.
You're thrown off the wheel. There we go.
Impossible.
I mean, yeah, you.
Damn.
I mean,
I'm a fucking farmer and I get killed by a Trolloc or
the
something.
problem is, it's like you're just either dirt poor or horrifically in danger.
Yep. Even worse. I'm a tinker.
I mean, that's still going to be put you in horrific danger.
Exactly.
And being dirt poor, you're dirt poor and then in horrific danger.
Yeah, but I'm happy.
Really?
Well, I'm singing all the time and I get to eat soup.
Yeah, but, that's just hiding the pain.
I need to fucking read these books because I have no context for a lot of this. I'm like, where's the soup coming?
Okay, my other one, Mike, was Discworld.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about
You're
Discworld,
one of the turtles.
But, I'm sure there's some horrific,
Fucking cabbage farmer.
I mean, it's the same. I think it's probably, just like a lot of fantasy, it's the same thing. You're either, in horrible danger or you're dirt poor.
Yeah. Okay, how about Avatar: The Last Airbender? We'll say the Aang era.
You're just trying to get me to say cabbage farmer, aren't you?
Shit.
Cabbage merchant.
Damn.
Yeah.
My cabbages.
Okay, let me think of a different one real quick.
Just the intrusive thoughts went out occasionally.
Yeah.
I don't know because it's
Okay.
okay.
What?
Okay.
All right. So since we're on the kind of isekai thing, well, how about a game? Like, what game would you be isekai'd into the main character of? Because you're
okay as the main character.
Yeah, because
Stardew Valley.
That's kind of cheating.
Yeah, not really. There's adventuring and like interpersonal relationships, and you have to not starve to death.
Okay, it's all right. Here, how about this? It has to be a narrative game.
There's a narrative. So not that. Okay. Well, obviously.
Okay. Now, what about MMOs?
I guess they have a,
I mean, because you're the main character of your story there. I don't know. I don't know. So let's narrow it to what
you have to think. You're going to be doing all the stuff for reals. That's going to be pretty horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking of one MMO. I'm like, no, actually, that would suck.
Okay. I'm obviously going to go with Skyrim.
Yeah.
Because the first thing you learn to do as the Dragonborn is basically tell people in no uncertain terms to get the fuck away from you.
Yeah, and Kevin knows so much about Skyrim, he's already going to be as
Yeah, he'd be like one of those overpowered
as long as he
protagonists.
when he gets isekai'd, he doesn't have his real world physical stats. He'd be
I'd still be I could be a sneak thief, but like I need a better back.
My God, could you imagine if they did a Skyrim Isekai? And I think it would do well.
Yes.
Like Skyrim being as big a thing as
Mike,
it is.
you know what I think you'd have to go in? I think it'd be fun to watch you in Rocket League.
Rocket League?
You're in a car.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, wait, they're remote controlled. Never mind. Fuck that.
Well, that and I was like going... I don't know.
I don't know. It just popped into my head.
Okay, I'm going to say, you know what? I want to be Super Mario.
Okay.
It's a pretty cozy world. Like, it's never really game over. You fall in a pit.
There's no real...
Back. You live, you die, you live again.
There's no stakes, per se.
That does remind me.
Yeah, I mean, it's, rescue a princess, go hang out with a dinosaur who bakes cookies once in a while.
You got your brother.
Luigi.
I came across this Super Mario comic a couple days ago. Maybe even I think it was last night. It's called Not Just the Scars.
I saw that.
Like it was it's like going, I kind of want a Mario like this, like a, not so kiddie, but not quite,
Dark. Yeah. But no, the comic is about Peach accidentally seeing Mario with no shirt on, and he is just riddled with scars.
He's not riddled. He's not like, he's got a good bit of scars. And, it's like, I linked it in the host talk if you want to read it.
Yeah, you should. It's really fucking good, actually.
Oh man, I'm intrigued, but like just in general, I think
you posted that in host talk, Mike?
Oh no, I'm sorry, I posted that somewhere else.
You posted that in somebody else's server. Yep,
I did. I forgot I was not in. Wait, oh dang it! I deleted the wrong message.
I don't know. I think, and then plus, you're bad guy. Like, because the way that like the Mario games always kind of played out is like there's characters kind of playing roles and performances. If you follow like the Super Mario Brothers 3 theory, and what do they do on weekends? They play golf and tennis, right?
That's true.
Bowser may be kind of an asshole, but it's not like, it just seems cozy.
I agree. I get it.
Yeah. No, I like it. We did have a couple of questions, but I want to save those for next time, because like it requires us to look at a couple of things first.
Okay.
But I did see questions. I don't know if you want to do those, Mike, or if you want to hold off on them.
If you think we should hold off, you should hold off.
What were you eating?
That was some ice from my drink.
Aha.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Yeah. I think I can work those into next time. It'll require us to look at a couple things because they're very specific questions about specific things that I have no familiarity with. So a lot of the answer would probably be just like, I have no idea what this is.
Okay.
So, yeah. I don't know, just looking. Well, thank you. I feel normal now that we had something that was.
I don't have to worry about David coming through the Discord and like throttling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting you mollywopped.
Yeah, he turns into his own Sadako and comes through the screen.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, just this fat, bald, bearded Sadako crawling through your mouth.
Wow, nightmares.
And then I can't get through it.
I don't know. I got a pretty big monitor. He'd probably fit.
You're probably right. I would. So it's good. Yeah. It's good that we, fulfilled our obligation. Yes. Because those are important.
Oh, so I guess I need a positive affirmation. I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
Sweet dreams. I'm surprised.
I slept pretty late too. I didn't go bowling, so I ended up like getting up late.
It's just Just like if any fictional character was out there that I could associate with Mike, I'm just thinking Winnie the Pooh.
God damn it.
Oh,
Woke up a little late.
oh, bother.
I'm not the president of China here. Come on.
Oh, well,
Woo.
we're canceled over there.
Look, we would have been canceled there long ago.
Yeah, Mike is Pooh. Kevin, you're Eeyore.
That tracks.
Yeah, that tracks. I don't know. I guess I'm like if Tigger had mental issues, which is just
Yeah,
Tigger,
pretty
I suppose. Bounce through that trauma.
Yeah, because all of Winnie the Pooh's characters are all just kind of like fucked up, right?
I feel like they're all just sort of a mental illness walking around in stuffed animals.
They're all Christopher Robin's personalities.
Wow. Man, I want to see one movie of him as an adult, but like where he is actually mentally ill because he can't like reincorporate all the personalities.
Christopher Robin's so messed up, all his imaginary friends have mental issues.
Fucking wow.
Yeah.
So I had the idea of a positive affirmation earlier, but I can't remember what it was.
I can't either. We came up with it on the way home.
Yeah, in the car, and I don't remember. How about though? I just say that.
Congratulations on not being Kevin.
Oh, I'm not digging on you that bad. Jeez.
Holy shit.
Kevin over here acting like I hate him or
He
something.
wasn't even he wasn't even coming after you, man, and you just willed it into existence.
Yeah, speaking of mental illnesses.
Okay, Eeyore.
Thanks for noticing.
That was actually my nickname in high school. That was actually
really?
my nickname
Mine
in high
was
school,
Corky.
Eeyore. I was a depressing kid in high school. Like, I was like one of those like everything sucks, the world sucks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about why they called
me.
me Corky.
Was it because they stuck corpse?
No, did you
up
ever
your butt?
watch Life Goes On? That's the show
No.
about the kid with Down syndrome.
Oh shit! God damn!
Yeah,
I said I wasn't
kids are
gonna
mean.
say
I did
anything.
not mean to. I did not want to reawaken any trauma. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, I'm better end this before we like send Kevin into a hunting for razor blades fit.
Oh God, no! I'm not doing that.
Kevin, you are loved and supported
Thank
by
you.
both.
I understand and I appreciate that.
I don't know, this positive affirmation thing. It's like it all just kind of, it seems like kind of just always circular. It always comes back to just don't be an asshole. There we go. That's my positive affirmation. Don't be an asshole.
Oh, okay. Let's. All right. So, do we want to come up with a catchphrase or a saying that represents? That way, we can like transition away from positive.
I'm just saying we'll think about that later. I'm just
Stop
saying,
being dicks.
don't be an asshole.
Fuck off.
Fuck off, piss boys.
That's more of a statement of.
I think each of us should have.
Rejection.
I think each of us should have a sign off for when we host, but we'll talk about that off mic.
Off me? Get off me. I don't want you on me.
Gross.
But yeah, just don't be an asshole. And if someone's being an asshole to you, well, try not to be an asshole to them until they, make it to where you can't ignore them anymore. If they're being an asshole to you, just try to be still nice at first, and then then take the gloves off. Don't just jump straight to be.
Here's the
Don't
thing.
go full asshole at first.
Don't go full asshole.
Right. Now, here's the thing. If someone's being an asshole, they're usually full of shit.
Hey, I see what you did there.
Yeah, they probably have their own shit they're dealing with.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We and now, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with our episode. I appreciate you watching. I really do. We'll see you next time. Next week, right here in the distraction hole.
On the love throb.
good night, and namaste.
Oh, fuck off.